Let's talk about Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard, he's not a free agent, but his name has been talked about as a potential trade. I feel like this is gonna be a wild NBA offseason. I've even heard Trae Young's name being mentioned in potential trades. But to Damian Lillard's point, Damian Lillard, you got to wonder, is Damian Lillard willing to wait it out with this brass and try to, see what comes of it? Because here's my fear. My fear is Damian Lillard will have a trajectory somewhat to Kemba Walker, where Kemba was so elite for the Charlotte Hornets. And by the time they moved off of him, he was done. He was cooked. Right? And now he's out of the league right at this point. Or maybe he's not out of the league. He might be on the Dallas Mavericks as a backup or something like that right now, I think. But wherever he is. My fear is because Damian Lillard is a very athletic player. The first thing that goes is your athleticism. Right? I just think that if Dame doesn't get out of there soon, like we don't know if he's going to fall off a cliff this year. We don't know if he's going to fall off a cliff next year.
Right.
We don't know. He's getting up there though, and I think these are tough. I understand the whole loyalty, Bradley Beal got out at the right time. He should have got a little bit sooner.
I was gonna say, maybe a little sooner.
But he still got some tread on. He still got something to offer a team.
Yeah.
I want Damian Lillard to have something to offer a team later, not be fighting for minutes off the bench.
And what I'm gonna say is, Trailblazers fans probably aren't going to like what we're saying, but at the end of the day, too, Damian Lillard, you can expect his mindset to shift. Let's say he spends 2 more years with the Blazers. Complacency steps in. At what point is he going to say, all right, if he spends another 2 years with them, he might just say, all right, I don't really give a damn about winning a championship anymore. Like, I've had 10 plus years in the league. My stats are great. My, track record is proven, and that's it. Now's the time. And I think right now there's teams out there that he can go to. 2 teams. I'm going to first off say, I think the Brooklyn Nets. I think the Brooklyn Nets are a team where they've got the assets, first off, to go out and make a push. You've got him traveling to a completely new city, Brooklyn, in New York. You've got, star player Mikal Bridges right next to him. You got young talent. That's a team where I think fit-wise it makes sense. They've got the assets to make the trade, and it's a new challenge for him. I think Brooklyn makes sense, and also the team I've been saying all along, if he wants to win, you got to go play alongside another star. Go to the 76ers.
And if we're being honest, he already has they already have his replacement. So they drafted Scoot Henderson.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a replacement. You got Anthony Simons. I mean, if the tea leaves are on the wall, where does Damian Lillard fit in this?
I think this is the offseason to do it.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for everybody involved. I think Portland needs to look in the mirror and recognize that, hey, our timeline doesn't quite match maybe where Damian Lillard wants to be. And out of respect for both parties, I think Dame can open up minutes and money for these other guys to develop while also everybody gets the best out of here. Why is Malik looking at me like he just...
We've been talking about this team a lot on this show. The Miami Heat.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. No, okay. So that's the 2 teams that are kind of on everybody's lips, right? The Miami Heat, the Brooklyn Nets. As much as I love the Heat, and when Dwayne Wade retired, my favorite player ever, God bless. Damian Lillard was my next up for new favorite player in the league. I would love for him to come to Miami. That would be awesome with him and Jimmy and Bam. That being said, Miami cannot offer nearly what Brooklyn can. The Heat front office can trade its 2028 and 2030 first rounders. They can give Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, Jamie Jaquez. That's the only assets they have, like under 25 years old. Caleb Martin is 27 on a cost control contract.
Oh, my brother. We getting there. Like you said, I'm getting there. Hold on.
I mean, I'm saying between so that's what you have for the Heat.
Wait.
That's all I'm saying.
No,
right?
That's all you have to offer.
No, you're not doing it.
Versus
giving your boy away.
Versus. Stop! Don't.
He's gonna do it.
Bam is untouchable.
No.
Oh no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
No, I don't care what you say. Bam is untouchable. That is the conversation. So you can go ahead and put that to bed.
No, wait, hear me out.
Deal falls apart then.
Hear me out.
Deal falls apart then.
Hear me out.
You got to call Pat and let him hear you out, bro.
You trade Bam
for Damian Lillard? That is what the Trailblazers need center help.
Look, I'm not saying
They
if this
do.
isn't 2K
Nurkic
that I'm going to
isn't
do the
it.
exact
Nurkic
same
isn't
thing.
it.
I hear you,
Nurkic isn't it. But you mean to tell me Bam Adebayo still
but
young?
untouchable.
Bam Adebayo with this young core right here, with Anthony Simons and with Scoot Henderson.
No, that's right. But would the Heat be willing to give it up?
The answer is
for
no.
Damian Lillard
No.
to give Jimmy Butler
No.
a shot. Yeah.
No.
How many
The
times
answer is
did Bam?
no.
Listen.
The answer is
Credit
no.
to Bam Adebayo.
The answer
he
is
had,
no.
Well, hold on. Credit to Bam Adebayo. He had his moments in the NBA
no.
Finals, but he also had performances where there were duds.
Doesn't matter what you think. It's what the Heat think, and they are.
And they say
Bam
Jimmy
is
Butler
untouchable.
and Damian Lillard, sign me up.
They say 34-year-olds for Bam. Like, no, they don't, because that's Heat culture. Bam embodies it. He was drafted, born and raised there. No. They say no. I'm sorry. I know what you think of Bam. It matters what they think of Bam. Anyways,
What if
what
they
I
said
said-
yes?
what I said.
What if they said yes?
They won't?
But what if they did?
will
What if they
not
did?
entertain the
What if they did?
conversation. All right, I'm going to move on.
But what if they did?
The Nets, comparatively, have the Suns' first-round picks in 2025, 2027, and 2029, and a Mavericks first in 2029 as well. So they have more assets total, twice the amount of first-round picks they can offer. Also, ones that come before 4 years down the road. So they help them in the immediate future rebuild. And then they also have a lot of good young players on the Nets that they can offer in a package. They also have good people for salary fillers, like a Ben Simmons, that it's only a 2-year deal. So, hey, we'll take the salary filler right now for you. You pay us first-round picks for it. And then he comes off the books in 2 years when we're ready to make our run and we open up a bunch of money. So I think the Nets, as much as I would love to see them in a Heat jersey, I think the Nets have the best assets, both short-term and long-term, that help make this deal palatable for the Trailblazers.
I think we see
Bam is not on the block. Sorry, just had to.
I agree. Okay, I agree. Now, let me throw a different scenario at you guys that we haven't talked about just yet. What if the Timberwolves offer Cat, who reportedly is on the trade block, for Damian Lillard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dame goes over to the Timberwolves. You pair Dame over with Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert. And you got Cat over there with Anthony Simons and Scoot Henderson.
Who else would you trade? Cat, Nas Reed,
Sure. He just signed a deal on the deal. 3 years.
McDaniels, maybe first round picks if they have any left over. I don't hate. I like the fit with the Timberwolves. I like it because it gives them a guy where Anthony Edwards can do it, but there was time and time again where, you know, late in the game it looked like Edwards didn't know what to do with the ball. You have two killers on offense.
I'm uninspired.
For who? The
Just because of Rudy
Timberwolves?
Gobert.
Now,
Like, I don't.
How good does that team look? How far do they go? Dame.
Well, the
Edwards?
question is again, how deep are they after they make the trade? Right? What kind of assets do they give up? I just don't even think they were that deep to begin with. So that's what I kind of worry about. That and he personally named Mikal Bridges as one of his guys, one of his friends, and someone he'd want to play with.
But
So
sometimes what you want don't mean what you get.
but the asset,
Sometimes you get the Miami
but this
Heat.
matches up with
hear
the
me out.
assets of
Their
the Nets
depth,
right
actually,
now.
their
That's
depth
why.
isn't terrible.
agree.
I mean, you still got Jaden McDaniels, Kyle Anderson, Nas Reed if you trade him,
Slow-mo.
Torian Prince, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Mike Conley coming off the bench. It's not a terribly
I
deep team.
don't.
What-
Maybe my opinion of the Timberwolves from
Now-
past years has colored my perspective.
Now, what if? Hear me out.
Man's
What
out here
if
just
this
cooking
is
in
the
trade
year?
machine.
What if this is the year that every New York Knicks fan has been waiting for?
Oh gosh.
What if this is the year? Because what is going to appease the Trailblazers? It's going to be big men. It's going to be centers. It's going to be forwards because that's what they need. They have 2 guards already, right? So what if, just hear me out. What if Julius Randle's involved in this somehow? And I know what we think of Julius Randle.
So what
Let's-
happens to Jalen Brunson then?
Jalen Brunson is used to playing off the ball. He played off the ball with the Dallas Mavericks.
So you trade
He's looked
Randall,
so good
you
playing.
trade Quickly, you trade RJ, a couple first round
Ooh,
picks.
I don't know if they trade RJ. I don't know if
That's,
they'll trade
that's like
RJ.
literally your whole like lineup
Yeah.
right there. That's all your
I don't know.
starters.
I think Quickly could get traded.
Yes.
I think what's his face?
Randall.
Randall would definitely get traded. I think Obi could
Obi
potentially can get traded. And I think a couple of picks for Damian Lillard.
I just think the Nets line up so squarely
do.
with everything.
They 100% do. I'm just throwing because it's always going to be the other teams that are suitors, right?
What if Boston? Now, hear me out. Traded Jason Tatum. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. That's all right.
Whoa,
No,
hold on. Whoa,
are you about to go the other way now?
Yeah. I mean,
you're-
obviously Kristaps, but what if you trade
Dame has apparently
Jalen?
so Mark Stein and Dame are apparently not Mark Stein. He's the New York Times writer. There is a Portland beat writer who is apparently Dame's, let's say, mouthpiece, right? That's how players get stuff out into the media, give their side, right? Literally laughed when the Celtics were brought up and said that's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. There was Jason Tatum and Dame's Instagram story on his live, just, jabbing him about that. Now, I don't know why that would be. I think Boston has been a title contender. I think obviously they have shown a little bit of inconsistency at times, but still been a consistently great team in the regular season and to the end of the playoffs. And I think Dame could definitely help unlock that, especially when you lose one of your best playmakers in Marcus Smart. Don't look at me like that's a stretch to say. Don't look at me like that's a stretch to say. Who? Malcolm Brogdon? I'm just saying, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. You need that point guard that you wanted in Kemba, that you wanted in Kyrie.
How about this? I would like that. I would like Damian Lillard, and that would be the Celtics
sign and trade with Jalen. Well,
you trade with Jalen Brown. You trade Robert
Brown.
Williams for Dame.
Couple first round pick or two,
or
the deal,
or maybe this next team that I'm about to mention says, you know what? I'm tired of being average. I'm tired of being below average. I'm tired of just being a competitive team that shows up. Maybe the New Orleans Pelicans. Maybe the New Orleans Pelicans make a phone call. And the Pelicans say, hey,
one of our CJ McCollum back.
Right. Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, no, Brandon Ingram's nice, man. He's
CJ Brandon.
I was joking about CJ, but I mean, hey, if there's
maybe that'll get
blood.
Zion motivated enough to play.
Zion and Dame, yeah.
Dame,
regardless, wherever Dame goes, he's gonna have a star next to him.
Right.
Right.
And that's my thought process.